Facilitating Self-Directed Learning, The Way Forward by Ms. Rukshana Hassen, Head and Co-Founder of the Iman Academy. Ms. Hassen holds a Master's in Education from the University of Nottingham and is an Associate of Trinity College, London. She is an education consultant with over a decade of experience in teacher training and employee management. Rukshana specializes in design thinking and regularly conducts research in the application of various educational methodologies to keep providing learner-friendly environments. I now invite Ms. Rukshana Hassen.
There he goes again and again. Did you check the death count today, darling? In Italy, Dad, it's okay. It's alright. No, really, just check, will you? Because we need to call Auntie Nilu and check if she's alright. Just check, will you? Okay, I shall do that, alright? I just need to wake this fellow up. He's just sleeping. Yeah, okay, just a moment. Now, darling, will you wake up? You're supposed to be online any moment and this fellow is still sleeping. I don't know what on earth to do. Are you waking up? Get up, darling. Why? Now you've got to learn. The teacher is online. You're going to learn like educate, But for what? Right. Okay. We'll figure this out. Shall we have breakfast now? Roshi, come, darling. Can you serve? Okay, Mom. What do we eat? Let's eat. Just make sure. Sia is also coming for Appa, and where is that other brother of yours? Mom, I'm just gonna eat. I need to start my lessons. Mom, I can't see. I can't see. Is it a symptom, Mom? I just can't see anymore. Is it a symptom? Is it the virus? Darling, just a moment. There you go. Just a little bit of curry on your eyelid. That's all. You okay? Oh, of course, Mom. I was just, yeah. All right. Rukshana, can you come here, darling? Now. Yes, Mom. Well, listen to me very carefully. In this shopping bag, I have left all the documents that you possibly need to show the PHI officer. Mom, what do you mean? Like, yes. Now, in this, can you write at the top of this cupboard? Do not forget, when the PHI officer comes, just take it. All my medical records are on in order, and you can just show it, darling. Mom, for what? Why would I do this? Well, it's like this, darling. If I were to drop dead like now, or next week, or this month, okay, just show them that and tell them that it is not the coronavirus or anything. It is just my diabetes. Look at this, 10, 20 years, and that is the only reason why I would possibly be dead. Right. Of course, I can do that, Mom. Just make sure so that they don't test me and they don't cremate me and we don't need to, go through any of that. Can you promise me, please, to do this? Mom, we don't need, okay. I shall do just as you please. All right then. Rukshana, just one more thing. Yes, Mom. Do you know, I think I have a better idea. Okay? Darling, the backyard, do you think you can dig a hole and bury me there? I will be safe and sound. No! Anxiety, dilemmas, drama in the household. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Rukshana Hassen, and And I'm standing here, totally privileged to be here and sharing with you audibles of my household. We've been through this, haven't we? And you and your households as well. And now, as we are progressing forward, as we are redefining our classrooms and perhaps ourselves, we have so much to do. And one of these things will be to address every little voice, every little emotion, every individual, regardless of their age group. Today, taking that into consideration, and as we redefine, I would like to propose some of the things that I have researched and worked and experienced and facilitated in my own abode, the Iman Academy. Now, before we redefine, shall we go back to the definitions just a moment? Let us ask two key questions. Have we all imagined education as a tool to enlighten the mind and eliminate doubt? Enlighten the mind and eliminate doubt? Haven't we all made education a validation and a criteria of comparison? Oh. Holy moly. Haven't we all? Are we guilty of this? But wait, there is hope, right? One, we are. We are the policymakers. We are the leaders. We have power. Where is the boom factor of leadership? And yes, we can make change. Now that we're redefining it, like the keynote speaker mentioned, we're not doing something that's new. It's already been there, it's just now the highlight. If we ever learn anything during this pandemic, it's that one size fits all doesn't work for K-12 education. No. Sir Ken Robinson always used to keep on repeating in his entire life that this is not happening. It cannot be a pipeline. It has to be full of possibilities. And now I propose the game changer. All right? Self-directed learning, SDL. SDL, again, look at the definition. The ability for students to take charge of their learning at their own pace, at their levels. During the pandemic, they had a huge amount of control over their education, even to decide that they're not going to learn anything. They had freedom, they had choices to make or not to make. It was entirely theirs. Now, post-pandemic, here we go. If we educators, if we policymakers are not going to adapt, we're going to lose them. It's not an overnight thing. There is a process. My research will tell you that we need to get back, if we didn't, to project-based learning. We need to get our math teacher, our English teacher, our economics teachers to collaborate. We need them to party together. We need them to breathe in, breathe out, walk in, walk out together. And we need to fuel them in terms of this collaboration. And when we do this, we will differentiate learning. Tailor-made instructions for students who are struggling. tailor-made instructions for students who cannot afford a lot of things. And then we move on to personalized learning, where they will take ownership of what they want to do, how they want to do it, in which pace they would like to learn it, and the final outcome, how they would like to give it. Ownership, self-direction, loving what they're learning. And then the pinnacle, independent, happy students. Independent, happy young individuals who will know a lot of answers, who will have self-motivation like no other. To put it simply, project. Students may choose their final project. One fellow will go on writing his final report through a fictitious writing escapade. The other, a video, diorama, or other visual options. Another, build a code or a website. Or construct a model or dramatize the solution. Does that sound nice? It's amazing. It's individuality. It's them coming out and shining through what they really love to do. As Madam Chair and the keynote speaker emphasized, it seems like a quote for the day. Look at it, read it deeply, look at the angles, look at the perspective, all right? It's not easy to unlearn and relearn. No, it's not. But there is so much hope if only we learn how to. And it's important that as we move forward, that we give this a humongous load of attention. I'd like you to take 3 minutes and hear it from the students themselves.
2020 was a year of new hopes and dreams, but the imminent pandemic that arose crash-landed the world down to reality. People sickened in large numbers, and the contagion of COVID-19 forced families to isolate and adapt to the sudden changes in their situation.
Virtual schooling was the order of the day. But wait!
Our exams that we had prepared for just never seemed to arrive, endlessly looming over our backs.
Locked within the walls of my room, I was isolated with the uncertainty of not knowing where to begin. How do I start?
This was a time to reflect and design a catalyst for learning, risking all to change for better or worse.
We look towards an alternative, innovative and directive course of learning, self-directed learning.
At our school, virtual schooling schedules included face-to-face sessions with our educators online, followed by offline sessions with which we had to do all the work by ourselves.
We were self-directing our goals, working at our pace, using our own style, while collaborating with each other to achieve our goals. It did feel like we were pushed into the deep blue sea and asked to learn to swim, and it really didn't seem like a bad idea.
Children have that innate capacity to inquire, investigate, and see how things work, because their cognitive development comes when they make their own discoveries. That opportunity provides the child to feel that he is confident and move forward in learning further. So this is the neurological impact of self-learning. Resilience matters here because it is about the child adapting, utilizing his own resources, the resources within him, to make this adjustment. We call these the adjustive resources.
As we moved closer to the inevitable exams, we noticed a few gaps and cracks in our knowledge. Every one of us had a subject of expertise, and we realized that we needed to share our strengths in a wild attempt to instill collective qualities to maximize individual performance. We upheld integrity and autonomy and were honest with our needs, and that unified us, especially in a time of separation.
SDL really kept me motivated to pursue and enjoy my daily goals.
The weight and importance of self-study helped shed away the insecure voices in my head.
All around the world, students faced many obstacles, and even positive resilience is nothing without a community holding down the seams.
we decided to share our story and shed some light upon the students' perspective of the journey to overcoming one of the biggest setbacks in our lives.
You and I know what we Sri Lankans do best, especially during adversity. We smile, we sing, we have a beat, a rhythm. We want to keep going with a lot of hope because we believe in that positive energy. So, as we progress forward and redefine these learning environments called classrooms, let us look into ourselves. Let us find the self-direction. Let us find this energy and let us radiate this energy as school leaders to our fellow colleagues, the superheroes who are the educators, and then towards the students, so that they look at our body language, our expressions, our words of positivity and nothing else, to just turn around and look within. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much.
I'd like to invite you back up on stage. Are there any questions from Ms. Hassen?
Questions? Most welcome. Please. Yes.
How do you feel you need to engage the parent community in the self-directed learning? Because that's not how parents were raised, and so we often default back to our experiences and think that that's the accurate way. And so how would you suggest we work with parents to help them understand the benefits and values of this approach?
All right, lovely. Well, as an alternative environment in my school, we constantly battle with this particular question. Why? Because yes, we all stemmed out of system that we're trying to change. And the questions are, what are the successes? How could this be successful by doing this? Well, from my experience thus far, I have proposed to involve the parents at a huge percentage in their learning, and strategies have been placed accordingly to make sure they are well informed and well participatory. Bring them in for as many things as possible. That's one thing. Second thing is that happy children, they see happy children. Children that sometimes they'll be like, wait a second, if you don't do this, I'm not sending you to school. That's because they are so happy to be coming in and out of school and just staying there because their voices are being given so much importance. And their choices are being listened to and given space and accommodation in order to see them grow. And when they are happy and when they're able to grow through their idea, it's just a trigger of an idea, the parents obviously would like to see them proceed in that pathway. Now, this past year, the Academy won the Global Award for the Young Girls Competition conducted by the British Council. That entire project was conducted by students through a self-directed learning methodologies, through their entire process of all the skill building, and I luckily was able to show the outcome in the way that they wanted and why they wanted. So again, just like we would like to see the yardstick of results and showing them the A's and the B's and the 8s and the 9s and so on, we need to map out successful outcomes of this confidence, of this self-confidence and self-direction. And that's a process, like I said. And yes, we will eventually get there. I hope that answers your question. Thank you. Yes?
I'd like to know if this is something you practice with your, can you hear me? I'd like to know if this is something you practice with your primary students as well, and if so, if you could share a few examples of how you did it with, say, lower primary students.
Do I practice this in my environment? And so is that what you
with
asked?
primary students. With
Primary students. Oh wow,
A
yes.
few examples.
It's so much more successful in the early years simply because early years the children do not come with certain preconceived notions. Learning and self-directed learning, like for example, there was a SDG project that we were carrying on, and teachers wanted to basically take them, these 6-7-year-olds, to the beach and a small patch of area to clean it up so that they learn how to keep the environment clean and so on and so forth, and you know, the whole activity. Now, self-directed learning, the goal was to see if they really understood about the purpose behind this beach cleaning. So what we do, went and gave them some sweets which had wrappers, and then we said, good job, you guys did all this by yourself. Here is the sweet. And they eat that up, and then we were just watching, and the video was on them just to see where that wrapper went. And you wouldn't believe it. You wouldn't believe how they were lecturing each other, telling them, are you done? I'm waiting for your wrapper. Are you done? Are you staying? Can you hurry up? I want your wrapper. You know, and this was our goal, hoping that we would finally see this outcome. But yes, it was happening. And that's, you see, if it was not a self-directed process or the way that we maneuver around the project, step by step, with these goals in mind, what they would do is just do what we're saying, learn what they're supposed to learn, and then ultimately you will see them putting the wrap down and carrying forward. But this was them stimulating each other to be able to know that, look, this is what we're doing, and this is why we need to be doing this. It's just one of the examples. But in terms of everything that we're doing in, say, adjectives, we're teaching them adjectives. We're talking about using adjective communication. All right? Now we're giving them a platform. All right, stand up there. Let's talk about adjective. Let's talk about how we can talk to each other, say something positive about each other, all the adjectives that you've done. How do you think you would like to do it? And then, I don't like to say this. That's fine. That's absolutely all right that you don't want to say. Give them the choice not to say it if they don't like to say. But the fact is, they need to take ownership of the situation. And like I said, yes, we have lesson plans. And these lesson plans have very detailed, step-by-step strategies placed to nurture this SDR. It's very encouraging, really, when we put it, map it out, and keep doing it. I hope it gives, yes, I'll be very happy to share detail with regards to the lesson.
Do we have any more questions from the audience?
students, I'm telling you, it's not easy, even for teachers, to be told, okay, carry on and get me this going, get this going, or a project going, okay? Because we are all used to being given a manual and told, this is your target, these are the processes, this is the approach that you're allowed to use, get me the job done. It's not easy. Suddenly, when you're being told, okay, there you go, you've got all the freedom, this is your time frame, these are the resources, I'm using it. Like, oh, wait. How do I do? Are you kidding me? Don't leave me just by myself like that. Because it's daunting, isn't it? To be left all by yourself with your own thoughts, your own everything. The fact that you're in control is extremely scary. And yes, we need to empathize with these students who will go through this process. But remember that, again, it is not an overnight thing. We need, just like I tell my teachers, listen, you don't need to be told what to do. Just imagine the freedom that you have in order to make fun, have fun, get children engaged and happy, play games, and get the idea across so long as they produce this as the final result. And the result can be, like I said, let them write, let them code, let them communicate, let them dramatize, whichever they like most. And then you're sitting and you're asking this little kid, what do you think you like to do? Yes, it's scary at the beginning, but believe me, certain things start happening inside. It's like magic. It's like when you have faith in someone, actually, how are you today? Are you alright? I mean, imagine the impact of that question, especially these days where we're so busy, so extremely occupied in every possible responsibility. To have someone just tap into you and say, how are you feeling? Tell me, what do you like to do? What would you like to do? Would you like to take a walk? Would you like to eat this? Can you? Shall I give you this to do? I mean, it's wow. I try to apply it to yourself and feel the energy suddenly rising within to be given this opportunity. It will take some time, but after a while, the quietest kid, you will see something moving, and you will see him doing something that where his voice will finally be heard. So yeah, it is not easy, but it is definitely a possibility, workable solution. I'm not being overly positive here, but believe me, if I didn't see that happening, I wouldn't be an advocate of it. Thanks.
Do we have any more questions?
All right, thank you.